Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Zachary Reality, and we are here to discuss the final few episodes of Surviving Paradise on Netflix. A few days ago, I posted a recap of episodes 1 through 5. So today we're going to be chatting about episodes 6 through 9 and the finale and everything that happened at the finale. So we have a lot to get into. So let's break it down. If you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up and feel free to hit subscribe down below. Wow, I just watched the final episode, episode 9, and I must say, I wasn't too happy with the ending. Okay, well, I'm assuming that you guys saw the show, and that's why you're still listening, because I'm about to spoil it in 3 and 2. And okay, so I saw a comment on Instagram when I was like searching the show to get like pictures and stuff. And I saw a comment that said Linda split money a couple of days ago when I was on like episode 3 or 4. And I was so livid. I was so pissed because I didn't want to know any spoilers. So I didn't read the full comment. So I didn't realize who she was splitting money with and what that meant. But I knew that she split the money. So it was so frustrating having that in the back of my mind those final few episodes knowing that, but I didn't know how it all happened. I didn't know who was going to be in the final 4. I think I was most shocked when Linda actually chose to eliminate Haley from the final 4. I just thought that she was going to eliminate Gabe, right? But maybe she was thinking strategically, maybe not, but like she could have thought like, who do I want to be up against in the final 4? Like obviously everyone is going to end up voting. Like of course that's how the show's going to end. I guess no one really knew the rules, which I thought was so weird about this show is that the rules were so all over the place. And I liked it and then I didn't like it. I liked how unpredictable the game was and how the message was to be selfless, to put others above yourself, and to just like be a good person and just like to expect the unexpected. But I also felt like it was kind of unfair because it just felt like some of these rules they were making up on the fly throughout the whole season. And I just thought it was crazy how they did that like domino effect challenge at the end. It started off with like Gabe eliminating Alex, and then it went from Alex to eliminate that other guy and then Justin. And it was just like one after the other after the other. And I was just like, wait, what? So many people are gone at once. But that is what the host said throughout the whole time. She's like, you want to be an insider. You want to be an insider. And when she said, like, this is the last chance, you know, like when it came down to that challenge where Taylor was up against Shay and Laylis was up against Linda, like when you only have one person, Gabe up against Aaron, like that was your chance to really, you know, stay as an insider and have the power, because what was to come was a huge abomination for the outsiders getting picked off one after another in that final episode. I was just like, these rules are crazy. And whoever plays this game season 2, what are the rules going to be? Because now you have a leg up knowing what the rules are, right? Because you kind of know what to expect since season 1 was so unexpected. No one knew what they were getting themselves into. But also it's just like they got to change up the rules for season 2 because now you kind of know what's going on. So the whole thing was just crazy, but I was on the edge of my seat. I really enjoyed this show. I hope you guys check it out. I mean, I just spoiled it for you, so why would you watch it now, right? Or now you have to kind of see it. But it was so crazy and it was so good. So back to my point, I am so happy that Linda won the show. I think that she deserved it. I think she was selfless. I think that she was kind. I think she played the game well. I think she spent half her time in the villa and the other half in camp, which I feel like kind of played a factor to maybe why she eliminated Haley, because Haley spent so much time in the villa that it was almost just like not fair. She wasn't like struggling as much as the other people. Haley asked Linda, like, you know, I guess there was like a brief conversation in the final episode, and I was waiting for Linda to explain to Haley why she picked her, because that's what I was so curious about, but that part got cut. I didn't care too much about Cisco and Laylis's friendship. But the reason I was upset with the end, because like I just said, I'm so happy that it was Linda. Linda deserves it. She's a good person. I'm not happy she split the money with Laylis at all. And I was kind of thinking in my head, I'm like, what does the splitting mean? Because I saw that comment. So I'm like, is she going to split it between all the players? Well, that's kind of stupid because 200,000 divided by like 12 is like how much each. Plus, you got to remember, these contestants hopefully are getting paid something to be there, maybe $10,000 stipend. I have no idea. Maybe they're not getting paid anything, but like they have to get some benefits to being on a show and taking time away from their life. So they're probably making $10,000. I could be wrong. So I'm like, how is she going to split this? Is she going to split it 4 ways with Gabe and with Shay? But the option was for Linda to split the money 50-50 with one other person, or she could take an extra $50,000, making $250,000 all for herself. I felt like she should have took it for herself. The reason is because Laylice didn't really have her back the whole time. I mean, she did to an extent, but like she was not willing to go to camp, right? But I guess something had to happen because there was 10 minutes left. So what were they going to do? Like, just like with Gabe, where he pressured him to Aaron, like, I'm not going. We're either both leaving the game or like what? So like, of course, you know, so what is Laylice going to do? But then she voted her out in the beginning. So I don't know. There was just a few times, and a lot of the players did point it out, which is why I don't think any of the jury voted for Laylice, where it's just like Linda had Laylice's back just a little bit more than Laylice had Linda's back. So I just felt like, Laylice, you have been selfless this whole game. You've been such a good person. Like, this was for you. You deserved the 250. I felt like there should have been one winner. She deserved it because she was the one outsider that got the opportunity to go back into the insiders when they were all picking each other out one by one. Like, that truly shows how dominant Linda was in this game. She was not even picked out of all the outsiders. She made it through that challenge in episode 9 in the beginning. Linda played this game to the best of her ability. She went through everything. She did it. Linda is the winner in my mind. Laylice is not the winner. I felt like Laylice had a lot of luck on her side in regards to when she was in the villa and when she was in the camp. Laylice just had a lot of luck from the universe that I just felt like she shouldn't have gotten the money. However, because Laylice, I'm not trying to hate on you, I promise. I do respect you. You played a great game. I'm proud of you as well. You played a good game. She just happens to be listening. I did feel like it was really heartwarming hearing Laylice's story about her dad. And if she really needs the money, which she does for her family, Linda has a heart and she knows that the key to this game was being selfless. And you got to still be selfless from day one to the end. And they were loyal to each other and they did have a sister bond. I do respect Linda for sharing the money with Laylice, and she needs it for her family, and it's going to be great for her family. $100,000 is still a lot of money. At the end of the day, what is 100,000 versus 250,000? Like, it's about the experience, the memories, the bonds you created. And Linda said that. She's like, I wanted to show people at home, women supporting women. She did the right thing. I mean, you can argue both sides, right? I just did. I just gave both sides. So I see both sides. As a game player, as a strategist, as a fan watching the show, she should have took the money for herself. She deserved it. As someone who I could potentially put myself in the position that Linda was in, I understand that she has relationships with Laylice. The game is about selflessness. So I see both sides. Let me know in the comments, what would you have done if you were Linda? I'm sure a lot of you are feeling the way I was feeling, but I'm sure a lot of you understand that side as well. I want to hear what you guys thought of the end and the rules and the money. I guess 6 votes Linda got, and then Shay got 4 votes. We know that Taylor was definitely one person that voted for Shay. So let's get into the Taylor and the Shay of it all. I'm dying to know if they're still together. I don't think they are, but I feel like they're really good friends, but who knows? Maybe they're together. I loved watching their showmance and their love story unfold. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Taylor already going into the show, but seeing everything with Shay develop was crazy because they went through that first challenge together. Shay sacrificed himself so Taylor could go in the house. Taylor lived her best life in the villa. She waited for Shay. He finally got into the villa. He was one of the last guys to get in the villa because he was being so selfless throughout so much of the game. He gets into the villa. They cuddle together all night. They build their relationship. They fall in love. They say, I'm in love with you. Was he about to propose? I thought Shay in that one scene was about to be like, I am ready to leave the show with you. We don't need to be here. Let's go right into the sunset. So everything was going great. They were on such a high until it came down to that challenge at the end, the doubles challenge, where one of them were going to have to go to camp and one would stay in the villa. And Taylor said, you know what? You've sacrificed so much for me. I love you. I've been in the villa the whole time. I mean, let's not forget, no one was in the villa longer than Taylor when it came to her and Haley. The two of them were in the villa the whole entire game. What did they struggle for? So Taylor was like, she went, and she was upset because Shay didn't fight for her. So why didn't Shay fight for Taylor? That is my number one question for Shay. Why did he agree for Taylor to go? And does he regret it? I mean, it seems like everything worked itself out, but Taylor wanted Shay to fight for him. And I really thought Shay was going to as well. I thought it was a no-brainer, just like Haley was telling Scoopin. I thought it was a no-brainer that Shea was going to go back to camp and fight for her, because that is who Shea showed himself to be throughout the entire game. So what happened? Was he just thinking about himself and winning the game? Was he thinking about, like, who's going to win the game, him or Taylor? So it was just like, was that what it was? Was it the fact that he was wondering if it was between him and Taylor, who had a better shot at winning the game? Probably Shea. I mean, that was the one comment that got Taylor offended, but it also is true. Shea did most likely have closer relationships with people and maybe a better shot to win the money at the end. So I think maybe that is why. And then he was like, Taylor, I'm going to win this for us. It just wasn't clear, and it left Taylor heartbroken, and it left her really thinking for days. But then a lot of other people at camp thought that Taylor was being a spoiled brat because she spent a lot of time in the villa and she kind of already is well off in life, and maybe she wasn't as selfless. That was kind of like the vibe, I guess, a couple of the other people were saying, but I don't know, because a lot of people really liked Taylor as well. But Taylor was able to talk to Shea when she got back into the house for the last day, when everyone had the time to pitch their cases, and Taylor forgave Shea. She said, I forgive you. They kissed. So I'm super curious to know if they are still together and what the status of their relationship is. I'm totally rooting for them. They were so cute, but there was no way Shea was going to get all the votes, because Linda deserved the votes, because she was, in my opinion, the best player of the game. She was. Gabe, I was so mad that he even got to the final four. You know, I really was. I was like, how did he even get there? I wanted him to go home so long ago, just because he was a late arrival and then he was kind of cocky. Let's talk about the facts. Let's go back for a second. Let's go back to the Tabitha of it all. When that challenge came down to Tabitha and Gabe, I was like, what is going to happen? I really thought it was going to be Tabitha that was going to come back to the villa. So everyone in the villa put two people up at camp to do a challenge. One was going home, one was safe. And they put up Tabitha and they put up Gabe. Gabe won the challenge, which I was shocked, because I just wanted to see what happened when Tabitha came back into the house and confronted everyone who was just so ready for they to go home. And Tabitha, I was so glad that they went home too, because it was Tabitha's time. Like, Tabitha was driving us crazy, remember? And at the end, when Tabitha had a conversation with Taj, Aaron, and Justin, Tabitha expressed how upset they was that Aaron and Justin took Alex's word over theirs, considering they didn't really know Alex as well. But Taj was also separated for so many days, and there were so many red flags with Tabitha that, like, what did you expect Justin and Aaron to do? Anyway, I hope that things ended off on a good note for Tabitha with the viewers, though, because we gave they a really hard time throughout the season, especially in the first few episodes. They was driving us crazy. All love to Tabitha. They was a huge part of the show. They was kind of the villain. Tabitha was the villain. Every show needs a villain, and Tabitha served that role. But seeing Gabe in the final four, I was just like, no, he does not deserve to be there at all. So I definitely want a reunion show. I want to hear some of these post-show updates and hear everyone's sides of the story. I'm definitely going to be reaching out to do a couple interviews with some of the cast members. It would be a dream to talk to Linda, who's the winner, but everyone from the show is welcome on my channel. So if anyone is watching, just reach out, and I'm so happy to interview you, because I was so into it. I thought it was a really good idea. Another final note I have is that it kind of was a knockoff, so I need to give this show a little bit of crap. Surviving Paradise. They stole elements from Survivor, Bachelor in Paradise, Love Island. What other show did they just Traitors? I don't know. I just felt like they kind of took so many ideas from like other successful reality shows and just merged it together. So it was just like an ultimate merge of like 5 different reality shows in one. So I just thought that was like a little strange. I really enjoyed the competition regardless, but I feel like there was a little bit of like copying going on. And then the only other issue I had with the show is that there was just too many shockers as far as like the rules and like who was being eliminated. Like, I liked seeing the contestants on their toes, but I also just like didn't feel like it was like 100% fair to just like throw so much blindness at them at all times. I really got to also give a shout out to Jessie May as a host. I felt like she did a really good job throughout the season being the host. Some of you guys know that is my dream job, to be a host of a dating competition reality show. So Jessie May, you did amazing. And I hope I can be as iconic as a host as you, and maybe co-host with you next season, please. Well, those were kind of my overall thoughts of the show in the end. I feel like there still is a lot more to say, but I needed to just come on here and give my general thoughts and reactions after watching that final episode tonight. It was good. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning into my channel. Do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below so you never miss a video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.